So I'm sure there's a fine line for everybody that has hired guns. What do you think is probably like the biggest difference in between? Because you said that you co-manage Bowling for Soup. I don't know how everything's split or the decisions or that kind of stuff, but like, what's like some of the biggest differences in between Bowling for Soup versus Jaret Ray Reddick?
That's a great question. I mean, we are technically a four-way partnership in Bowling for Soup. Um, we're the sum of our parts, even though, I I tend to do more of the interviews and more of, the songwriting and that. But all of that, like songwriting and stuff, is all kind of works itself out with, because I end up owning the songs and that stuff. So, and yeah, I do run things by them sometimes, but for the most part, there's just a trust there. And they tend to trust me. I mean, I guess the biggest difference is, like with the band with Jaret Ray Reddick, like, first of all, like, if I'm making $200 a night, the show's costing me quite a bit of money because I have to pay these guys no matter what,
Right.
so, and nothing, and that's not on them. That's on, my decision to want those guys in my band, and, they're cutting me a deal, but still. So, it's been a financial investment, first of all. And then second of all is just kind of also like making sure they feel included. Like, even though, it's my name on it, they want the opportunity to be able to play on a recording here and there, or, to get excited about this or this. And so, I'm still walking that line. I've never really been in a in a in a band where it's not really a band.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
consider us a band, and I consider everybody in Jaret Ray Reddick a member of the band, but still the financial responsibility is on me. At the end of the day, if one of them can't make a show, we're gonna try and get a fill in and do the show anyway.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
there's a fine line because it's like you want them to be included, but it's like there will come a point where, and I say this because, Raglan is realistically, I play for Autumn in Raglan, and then we've had guitar players and steel players and drummers and stuff, and you want everybody to feel
yeah,
included, but at the
yeah,
same time, you don't want to tell somebody, hey, we're opening for Bree Bagwell, and then be like, cool, well, I make the same every show. It doesn't even matter to me. But you want them to feel invested. You want them to be like, hell yeah, man, we're opening for Bree. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we as a band, we're doing this cool show, or we're
I think invested is a really good word. And just, and that's just it. They want to see it. Like, I mean, I send them, the new single is doing well on the charts. It's only week 3, and we're, we were the fastest. We jumped the most spots this week
cool.
out of
Hell yeah.
anybody. And, that's our first, like, really big, like, kind of cool thing that's happened chart wise.
Right.
And of course, so I sent that to them, like, I want them to be stoked. But at the same time, those guys also are like, if I haven't paid them for a few shows, one of them will go, hey man, gosh, we can send that money, at some point. And the thing, but they should do that, and that's just, it is the way. So, I mean, so those are the really big differences. I mean, the other thing is that, like, I mean, I try and, uh, I try and, like, make sure, like, hey, did you guys get food? Like, is there anything I can, whatever, just to make sure everybody's taken care of in Bowling for Soup. I mean, I don't give a shit if they eat.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. I do
That's
feel like we're
awesome.
like that, like with people that we like our hire-ons. It's like
Right.
we want them to be taken care of. We have to like worry about if they're having like a good time at the
Right.
show.
Yeah. And
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
even in the van, like, if somebody's quiet, or like,
Yeah, it's like
if
what's wrong?
so our I don't think you'll mind me using this example, but my guitar player's wife has some allergies, or what. So if we stop at a convenience store and it's like all bullshit food, there's like nothing to eat or whatever, like, I'm like, is everything all right? She'll find something. Are you sure? Like, I want everybody. Yeah, you're
Right.
right. But again, and in Bowling for Soup, is the gas tank full? Let's go. Just, who
Yeah.
gives a shit?